Okay, so everyone's been talking about the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 delay, but another discussion has kind of started up about if this game is going to dual launch on another platform, if the footage that we saw was even the Nintendo Switch, because it's looking extremely sharp, extremely vibrant, and much better than maybe some people expected that the Nintendo Switch would be able to do for a world that big, and like the certain sky and the clouds. Everything's looking really good, which has some people speculating, along with obviously the first game, Breath of the Wild, coming out as a dual launch on the Wii U and the Switch, that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 could have the same fate or the same thing and dual launch on some new hardware, whether that's a Nintendo Switch Pro, an upgraded Nintendo Switch, or a brand new next generation Switch in 2023. Spring 2023 is what Nintendo is billing this game to be at. And I think that all of that is obviously possible. Let's not take it out of the realm of possibility. Nintendo has been known in the past to bring upgrades out of nowhere. Like, you can be doing just fine, everything could be just good with their hardware, then all of a sudden we have this new model that increases the power, or that increases this, or that does that. They've done it before in the past, they can do it again here, and I'm not ruling that out. However, I think that they could be using something else, and I think that this new tech, which we've seen a little bit before, or at least we're going to see upcoming here, what it seems like could be the reason why that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 looks so sharp, even running on a Nintendo Switch, because I don't think Nintendo pulled a bait and switch with this game, with what they showed us. It's not a PC or something. I think that's being rendered, ran real time on the Nintendo Switch system, like they've done pretty much all of their games that have came out on the Switch system at this point. Now, recently, we did find out back in February, there is this feature that Nintendo Switch Sports is supposedly using, and it's called AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution, or FSR for short. Now, this is an image upscaling technique or technology that's being used when on the Nintendo Switch you have that 1080p image display, and what it does is that it makes it look even better. So very similar to, also, if you know, the DLSS from NVIDIA, but AMD's version. Now, Nintendo does have obviously an NVIDIA processor with the Tegra X1, but DLSS isn't available for that processor, be it that. It's not available for that. But maybe, it seems like, or not even maybe, it seems like the AMD Super Resolution is something that they can add onto this, because there has been multiple reports of Nintendo Switch Sports using this FSR, and this is according to different patents and technologies that are out there based on the listings for it. That's right on there on it. So I don't really think that it doesn't, otherwise it wouldn't be there. And of course, if you look at what Nintendo released recently with the screenshots, and we're going to talk about this in just a bit with the latest overview trailer, it looks extremely clean. Very clean looking game, and the screenshots were like well above 1080p that Nintendo put out on Twitter. So it does seem like this FSR could be implemented, and even in a better way, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 in order to make it look good, and also obviously take maybe some of the load off of the system itself to where it can perform better and we can get better frame rates when it comes to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I do think that the game overall, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of misconceptions about the development of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. People are saying, why is it taking so long? They're using the same engine, this and that. And I think that that is kind of like sideline development. I think that there's more going on to this game. It's not just going to be a copy and paste. It's not just going to be, hey, the same thing. There's going to be a lot more in this game, a lot more enemies, a lot more locations, a lot more areas, a much more involved story. I think there's going to be a lot more voice acting. I think that this game is going to be expanded upon to where it actually surpasses what they've done before with Breath of the Wild. And I think that's part of the reason why it's taking so long for this, and maybe even to implement some of this AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution as well, to get the clean image that the first game couldn't get. So maybe they're doing that as well with it. So I think it would be great if it was implemented, and maybe that's the new tech that we could see, or that we are seeing when we saw the most recent footage of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 with the launch timing trailer that Nintendo put out. Barely any new footage, but hey, we're taking that and we're running with it because people want something from Legend of Zelda. So we'll see what happens at E3. We'll see maybe what comes up there, and if Nintendo talks about the game more, I'm guessing that they will, but we'll see exactly what happens there. But what are your thoughts when it comes to some of my theories with the super resolution and also with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, and what are you excited about the most with this game? What theories excite you the most about it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I am reading through them, so let me know what you guys think. All right, now moving on to the next topic here. The Nintendo Switch Online has added a much wanted new thing that people I've seen on Twitter and on social media have felt that Nintendo has just pretty much abandoned. And yes, that is brand new SNES and NES games. We've got 3 new games added, 1 Super Nintendo game, and 2 NES games. Nintendo just announced this recently on Twitter and also on their YouTube page, and you guys are checking out these game updates here. And for the most part, it seems like we've got 1 super banger and then 2 kind of mid-ish to good games. So let's talk about this. So the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online app, has added Earthworm Jim 2, which is the super banger, by the way, guys. And the Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online app, has added Dig Dug 2 and Mappy Land, Nintendo announced. So I'm gonna go over Earthworm Jim 2 because that's the game that's the best one out of all this. Obviously, Dig Dug is cool, Mappy Land is cool, but we need to talk about Earthworm Jim because that's the game that you probably want to play out of these 3 if you haven't played any of them. Or heck, even if you've played them, Earthworm Jim 2 is the best game here. So, Earthworm Jim 2, return to the wacky world of Earthworm Jim. In this wild platformer released for the Super NES console in 1995, you worm your way back into your super suit and take on the role of Jim, an annelid with attitude. The plot picks up after Jim's successful rescue of Princess What's-Her-Name and his less than successful attempts to woo her immediately thereafter. Just when it seems the princess would have a change of heart, the evil Psy-Crow swooped in and kidnapped her. Eager to claim the crown for himself, now it's up to Jim to stop their wedding, following their trail from planet to planet. But he's not alone this time. His pal Snot is along for the ride. Jump, shoot, swing, and slime your way across 10 different levels, catch Psy-Crow, and rescue the girl of Jim's dreams. So that is as crazy as this game actually is. Earthworm Jim used to be a big deal for all the young kids. Earthworm Jim was like a big deal back in the day. Like, this game was heavily liked by a lot of people because it was funny, the animation was cool, the graphics were really good for a Super Nintendo game that came out late in the Super Nintendo's life. They were really good for, you know, what that system could do, and I really enjoyed it. And this was like Dark Souls before Dark Souls. People always say, talk about it's the Dark Souls of this and that, but honestly, this game was hard, man. Like, I remember this game just being extremely hard and it taking forever for me to beat it. I remember we got the game on discount, so I remember playing it like in the mid 90s. I didn't play it right there at launch, but I played it in the mid to latest 90s, and I just remember getting my butt kicked over and over and over and over again. So yeah, this game was crazy. I just remember it took me forever to finally beat the game, and I beat it and I never played it again because I was so frustrated on how long, you know, and how difficult the process was to beat this game. Maybe I was just trash at the game and I wasn't learning exactly the patterns and kind of what to do, because I know I've seen speed runs of the game since then and they beat it pretty easily. But man, back then I felt that this game was really hard, at least a lot harder than what comes out today. I can tell you that right now. So what are your thoughts on Dig Dug 2, Mappy Land, and Earthworm Jim? We finally got some new Super Nintendo games. We've got some new NES games alongside what we're getting with the N64 and the Genesis as well. So things seem to be picking up a little bit here. Things are getting a little bit better here. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here. Nintendo Switch Sports got a brand new overview trailer, and goodness gracious, that super resolution has to be in effect here because this just looks extremely good, much better than what we saw from the Wii Sports line or the sports line that Nintendo's done in the past. This time and effort that was spent on putting this game together was not a small amount. Nintendo actually put some resources into this, and I think it's actually showing here with this brand new overview trailer. So let's check out what they have to say here. Nintendo did say that swing, kick, spike, and bowl your way to victory in a sports collection that will get the whole family moving. Get moving with soccer, volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, and tambara swordplay using Joy-Con controllers. Controls are intuitive, so you can hit the court or lanes or field or arena and get started. With controlled motions, you can curve your bowling ball, add spin to a tennis shot, or even use a Joy-Con with the leg strap accessory to kick the ball in a soccer shootout. Family and friends can join in on the fun on the same system or online. Plus, a 7th sport is planned to be added via a free update this fall. Get ready for golf! You can play online and face opponents near and far to earn in-game rewards or aim for the Pro League. So this is a new feature that they're talking about here, and I love that they added that because the previous Nintendo Switch Sports, or not even Nintendo Switch Sports, but the previous sports brand of games, those didn't have like a Pro League or anything like that. In-game rewards, really nothing happened. You would just play somebody. When they added online play, you just play somebody and that would be it. In the first Wii Sports, there was no online play at all. To me, this is such a good thing that they're adding this in, and they're making it more in depth that they've done before. So let's hear what they have to say on that. Face off against opponents worldwide and strive to reach the Pro League in every sport. As you play online in random matchmaking, redeem points you earn for in-game rewards like outfits, sports accessories, gear, and much more for your avatar. The selection of items will rotate each week, so check back and see what's in stock. You got a little bit of a live angle kind of put in there as well, so I like that. That's going to keep you coming back to see what's available. Also, play with friends and family in the same room or across the world. So bowl, spike, and duel with friends in all 6 sports. Pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend for some 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, or free-for-all that will get everyone moving. In bowling, all players can bowl simultaneously. Nice. No waiting for your turn. Play each game online or team up with a friend on the same system to take on opponents near and far in team sports like volleyball and tennis. This is actually incredible. It is more feature packed than I thought, because having stuff to where you can have 2 people in the same room and play online, that is a good feature. The fact that you can have bowling and everybody just goes and you don't have to wait, that is another fantastic feature that's going to free up time so you're not waiting all day, because bowling is going to be one of the most popular sports that people play. So I really like the online features. I really like the Joy-Con features and what they're trying to do. I really enjoy this because I was a fan of the Wii Sports and the Wii Sports Resort and stuff like that. So this is all around good. This looks fantastic. I can't wait for it. Now, Nintendo Switch Sports is coming out on the Nintendo Switch on April 29th. So not too long from now at this point. So what are your thoughts when it comes to Nintendo Switch Sports? How it's looking, the features, the gameplay, what they're adding, and what sports would you like to see them add from previous sports titles that Nintendo does have? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys. It looks like a really big RPG, one of the best ever in my opinion, is going to be leaving the PlayStation Plus collection very soon here on May 11th. Sony Interactive Entertainment, in a new PlayStation blog post announcing April's PlayStation Plus games, also stated that Persona 5 will be leaving the PlayStation Plus collection on May 11th. PlayStation 5 owners who are PlayStation Plus subscribers have until May 11th to add the game to their library in order to continue to access it while they have an active PlayStation Plus subscription. PlayStation Plus Collection launched alongside the PlayStation 5 and includes access to several PlayStation 4 titles for PS5 owners who are PlayStation Plus subscribers. the list of titles include first-party and third-party games. Now, obviously, Sony did also announce recently the all-new PlayStation Plus that has 3 different tiers between the regular, the premium, and the extra, or extra than premium and all that, which I went over it, or at least there's a link. I didn't go over it fully. I just talked about how much I'm over the subscription service phase, and yes, I'm over the subscription service phase, and that goes for movies, and that also goes for like the gaming subscriptions. It's like both. Like, I'm just over subscriptions. I've already kind of not been a believer in these game subscription services, but I did want to let you guys know, because a lot of you guys are probably going to be picking up a PS5 within the next month or so and getting PlayStation Plus. So if you want to play Persona 5, that's the vanilla Persona 5, not Persona 5 Royal. If you want to play that, make sure that you download it so you can still have access to it, because after May 11th, poof, it goes gone. So what are your thoughts on all the different topics that we discussed here today? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.